Soundstripe.
It's been like 6 months.
It's this one was filmed on July 18th. I almost made an oopsie and put August 12th on the sign, and then I said, wait a minute, it's September.
Anyways.
Hi.
Well,
do you vaguely remember who we are?
I'm Vince.
No, I'm Vince.
Oh, he's Vince.
No, am I Justin? Or are we Simba and Kodu? What? My driver's license says that I'm Vince.
I don't know. I don't know who I am. But let's settle this like adults.
Oh, well, that's not us. Hopefully there'll still be people wanting to watch this.
There were one or two. I made mention, and
yeah, I did
there was
notice
a couple
that.
people.
Yeah, I do get those pings when you post on Boozie Bear's Instagram and they comment. So here we are, back after a while. It's been a bit busy.
It's been almost 2 months since our last confession.
Pretty close. Had we both not said we better podcast before everyone forgets who we are. But
we're feeling like Fiber Hustle over here.
You know. But we've been busy. You have a new position, which makes you have to be more responsible and work more. And I, as I said at the last podcast, I was just going to start a brand new job, which I've been at for, I think this will be my 8th week there. So that's going good. I like the people I work with. They're all very nice. The drive is not that bad. The money's real good. And I pretty much like what I'm doing. So
that's good.
That's a good thing. You know, we're liking that. It's good to be employed. It's nice having a real paycheck. And next month my benefits kick in, so I won't have to pay for my health insurance on my own, which I've done fairly well with. But that'll be something nice that you have to take care of.
Absolutely.
So that's that. Anything else new and exciting you're thinking of discussing?
Not really.
Because I did have something I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
So I didn't tell you about this, so you'll just sit there and listen.
Bitch.
I know. If anyone follows me on Facebook, they would have seen this post in early August. An old friend of mine, Leo, passed away at the beginning of August. He was just 40 years old, and we've known each other a long, long time. We met in 2005 at a Harry Potter convention. We were both big old Harry Potter nerds. He cosplayed as Harry, and being that he was in his early 20s at the time and had a baby face, he could pull off that, young teenage boy look. And we just hit it off, and we had a lot of fun in Salem, Massachusetts that weekend, and the whole fandom thing, through Live Journal, we all kind of stayed in touch, and I kept, talking to him on social media and emails, and I wound up going to his wedding when he and his girlfriend got married in New Hampshire, and they were in Buffalo back in 2017, and it was good to see them, and it was just, his sister is well known on social media, and she posted something, family matter, it's not good, I'm going to be gone for a week. And then I found out. And it was really bizarre because I always saw him post on social media, and he just, through that Harry Potter fandom, he became well known. There's like a lot of people who knew him. One of the cast members, Chris Rankin, who played Percy, also posted about Leo's passing, and it just, I talked with his wife Jen, and she's like, this is so on brand for him. There are just so many people who are touched by him, and they're all, posting and commenting, and just, he touched a lot of people. So basically, my whole thing of rambling here is, let the people who are important in your life know that they're important in your life. Because when they're gone, you don't get to tell them that. I mean, God knows if this jackass, if anything ever happened to him, I'd be devastated. Y'all would have to deal with that podcast episode. So, it's sad that Leo's gone, but Leo lived a good life. He was happy. He and Jen were they were a great couple, and Leo was a trans man, and most trans people in the United States don't lead happy lives. They are not accepted. They live in fear, and fortunately, Leo didn't. Both his family and Jen's accepted it. They, that was their son, and we're gonna miss him. So, Leo, rest in power. That's that. So I'm not gonna be depressed anymore. And we're gonna talk about our stuff. I also knit him a Gryffindor scarf. We did a craft exchange. He carved wands, so he made me a wand, and I made him a Gryffindor scarf. So that's that.
All right. Well,
enough of my depressing.
Yeah. Now that
depressing stuff. I'm sure I've bummed everyone out.
I was to say, now that Vince has made you all go through a box of Kleenex.
Yes.
Why don't we show these lovely people what we've been
working on?
Yeah. So, works in progress. I have only 2 because I've been fairly monogamous.
Well, I have a whip and I have a hoe, half finished. So, we'll go with those. Since I'd rambled for a while, why don't you talk?
I suppose I could. So we will start out with what everyone, I'm sure, wants to see first. After a almost devastating mishap earlier.
I saw that picture. That was quite sad.
Oh, I was about this far away from, just streaming angry tears.
Yeah.
First thing this morning. So my Vertices Unite has changed a bit since last I saw you. I don't even think
it's only been 8 weeks.
I was gonna say, I don't even think I was done with section 1 here.
This is looking
last
awesome.
time. And then I did section 2 right here. And now I'm just about, I would say probably over halfway done with section 3. So this morning, where in the pattern, to put it together, you do a slip knit. I picked it up out of the project bag, put it away normally like I always do. Picked it up out of the project bag, and this entire seam right here, it started to, as I described to someone earlier, unzip.
It's like, how did that happen? And how
all
did you
of those
fix
stitches that fell through there. So I realized that what happened was that stitch, when you slip into here and you knit, you're just putting that one stitch into here. So somehow, when I got to basically this point where I'm at right now, this last stitch must have fallen off the needle.
Mm-hmm.
And when it did that, it allowed this one to come out. And once this one comes out,
it basically laddered
down. It was basically a ladder, but because it was connecting the 2 sections together, it just unzipped them both apart. So I had to basically go in through one of these loops, grab the loop from there, pull it through another loop, and then go back down through, and do that over and over and over again, all the way back up. And thankfully, I did it correctly, and you can't even tell that it ever came apart. But I only have a little bit left.
I was worried because I was thinking, oh, he's going to have to rip that out.
Oh, honestly, that's what I was thinking. That's why I said I was that close to tears of anger.
Yeah.
And I was about to just put it back in the bag and say, screw it. And then I was like, no, I'm like, if I ignore it now, I'm never gonna...
It'll sit forever.
Exactly, it'll sit forever. I'll never touch it again.
It'll be in denial.
Yeah. I wouldn't have touched it until at least probably November when I could take it to the retreat. The Great Lakes Men's Knitting Retreat.
Ding!
And give it to Matthew and go, fix it.
What's wrong here? How did this happen?
Fix it for me.
Not that I've ever done that.
Not that anyone that's ever been on that retreat hasn't done that.
He fixed a lace shawl for me. Actually, it was for my cousin because it was gifted to her. And she had an oopsie, and there was like a long string. And I was like, I don't know. And Matthew was there with a double-pointed needle, and he's doing his Matthew thing.
Honestly, sometimes I think he likes repairing knitting more than he enjoys knitting.
I think so. He does like, he likes those problems and how to fix them.
Mm-hmm.
But that is coming along nicely. I love your bold color choices. Yeah. Because through the Fiber Hustle Kale, the make along,
mm-hmm.
I've seen that you've seen a lot of them, and it's like the best ones did really contrasting color
mm-hmm.
choices. This is a project where subtle color changes are not your friend.
No,
it's like go with bold and high contrast.
And
it was actually a project that I did a swatch to see how colors look together, because when I first started it, I'm like, oh, I can't tell the difference here. So
yeah, no, I was like, you know what, I want blue, but I want all the blue.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, I just kept grabbing different blues. In acquisitions, I bought another color specifically because I changed my trajectory on it, and once I looked at all the yarns that were in there, I was like, I want to make this shawl more so about showcasing some of my favorite dyers that I've bought from. So like in section 1, it's Leading Men Fiber Arts and Threads by Megan Nicole, which I love everything I've gotten from both of them. Section 2 was before I made the decision. One of those is from a hand-dyed sock of the month club that I got at our yarn auction, and the other one is some commercial sock yarn that I got at the yarn auction. So that section doesn't fit into the whole theme with everything else, but like I said, I bought yarn from GetKnitFacedInCo. I will show that in acquisitions, and I picked out some yarn from Dye Monkey Yarns as well, because I couldn't not use them.
Just because.
And then, because I was thinking about them, there's some acquisitions on the way for the next episode. Anyways.
My shocked face is in my other knitting bag.
What are you working on, Vince?
Well, as I've mentioned the past couple of episodes, I've received little packages from Matthew of a whole lot of sock yarn. And I thought the sensible thing to do would be to knit some socks. So I have a hoe, because with socks,
you're looking in the mirror again.
You're so funny, especially when you look in the mirror. With socks, you can have a finished object, but only be half done. So we have a finished object, which we're only half done, but I did my, my tried and true prevention second sock syndrome, before I Kitchenered the toe and weaved in the ends, I started the second sock. So we have still a work in progress. This is the Oliver sock, and it's by Marlo Offord, I believe her name is. We'll check that information for the show notes. She wrote this pattern for one of the original men's East Coast knitting retreats, and it was a gift to all of us in our swag bags. And it's just a sock I really like. It sort of wraps around the foot, and there's increases and decreases. I've made it a couple times. It's a sock I like a whole lot. I think it looks good. It fits really nice, and it's a different way of making a sock, especially in the foot. So I'm liking it, and it's using up all this beautiful sock yarn that Matthew sent me. So that is my first whip.
All right.
Whippity-doo-dah.
Don't quit your evening
I was
job.
going to say it's not a day job.
All right, so the next thing that I'm making would make a lot more sense if I could find, the only finished object that I've had in months. But
There you go.
can't find it. So, whatever. I am working on a cable scarf. You can see it has a nice little cable there down the center. This is based on the pattern for the hat that I finished.
Which you've posted on Instagram.
Yes, so
People will have seen that.
So in lieu of my finished object, insert picture here. I'll put it right in. And that finished object is called the Gwendolyn Messy Bun Beanie. Like I said, this is roughly based off of the cable pattern from that beanie, and I am making that out of, it is Karen Sprinkle Cakes in Dewberry Plum. And Karen Sprinkle Cakes, if you're not familiar with them, they're I want to say a 6 weight. I have it over here. Yes, it's 6. That's so super bulky. So, of course, that hat, I think I made that hat in maybe an hour and a half with cable and all. And then this was a night's work for, a foot and a half of scarf. I've been trying not to work on that too much because I really want to get through this damn section of the vertices, because it's like the final big section.
Yeah,
Everything else is much smaller.
The other sections don't take as long.
Yeah, and they're much simpler. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. The scarf and hat are going to be a set for my boyfriend's mother for Christmas.
Aw, aren't you nice?
Anyways, what else are you working on?
Well, as I will be showing in the finished objects, I finished my Vertices Unite. And funny thing, I had a whole bunch of yarn left over. So I said, I should make a hat to go with it. And I've made the sock head slouch hat, which I like. And I thought, why don't I use those yarns and do the garter stitch pattern like the Vertices Unite? And I thought that was a brilliant idea. I had to say so myself. So I have started. I'm doing the brim, which needs to be like 4 inches, and for a hat, I'm fingering it. It takes you a little bit longer to do those rounds, and I don't have one of the cats is cleaning his nails on the cat tree, so you might hear crinkling noises. It's like, what?
It's like, fine, bitch, I'll go scratch your chair.
So, we're working on that. I'm sure I got other things to say, but I'm not. I'm having a moment.
So I just had a wonderful idea.
What?
A sockhead slouch hat. In those colors.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Section 1.
Because that's basically what I'm going to do with the yarns I have. Is do the garter with the striping. Yeah, because the sockhead slouch is supposed to be such a long hat. So I figure, you know, I'll do so many inches of each color combination.
I might just do it all out of this one.
Oh yeah, that would look great. If you have enough yarn to do that, that would look great.
I'm pretty sure I do.
Yeah. I don't think I have enough of my section 1 colors to do the entire hat. So I'll do, you know, a good band of each, and I think it'll look kind of special. It's one of my colors. This was the color I used for the I-cord bind off. So I think that'll hold it together well to make it matchy for the shawl, which they'll see when we do finished objects. Oh.
Well, speaking of finished objects, I don't have anything. I already talked about mine. So,
and you can't find it to show.
And I can't find it to show,
picture.
but, you know, picture.
Okay.
Put the picture back up here again.
Yes.
Here, see?
So, we'll go on to mine.
Okay.
Which is my
Just
finish.
This little thing?
This little thing. My finish vertices unite. Ooh.
Ah. Ooh.
I have shown this on Instagram. It came out really nice. I'm liking how it looks. It was fun to knit. I do like how it's finished and looking and all this fun stuff. Fortunately, we're like out of the 900-degree weather in Buffalo. Otherwise, I would die.
And so we think.
Well, yeah, I haven't been stupid enough to take the AC out of my bedroom window yet. But it hasn't been like 98 degrees every day.
Yeah.
But we will get that Indian summer later in the month of September where we'll get those hot temperatures. So I'm very happy with this. I'm glad I did it. I might even make another one at some point. You know? I kind of need a lot of sock yarn. So, like I said, this is Vertices Unite by the Stephen West. So, very happy with how this came out. And I think the sockhead slouch hat will look pretty darn sassy with it. And my coworkers at the new job are all thoroughly impressed by my knitting mojo.
So I realized something that might be missing here. Did you bring...
I did not bring any vintage knitting. I think we might actually have gone through all my vintage knits.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Because I think all the sweaters I made for myself have been shown. I might see if has one that because I know I made her at least one sweater back then. So vintage knits may have to be rethought.
Oh no! All right, moving on then to acquisitions. I suppose I could start since I haven't talked in a minute, and maybe I will do the whole thing like this.
With an accent.
I don't even know what this accent is. I bought something and it's around here somewhere. Oh, hey, look, there's one. So, like I said, I bought some yarn from GetKnitFacedInCo because, you know, I wanted to add everybody to the shawl, and I just couldn't think of any, you know, fingering weight yarn that I'd bought from her, and so I thought the only logical thing to do would be to buy some more.
It was the sensible
This is the only sensible decision. So I was looking through, and I'm like, what's something that's really gonna pop, but still go with the theme? And I was like, It's like, everything's blue and whatever. And I'm like, It's like I could venture out a little bit. It's like, how about a little purple? And then I'm like, okay, yeah, that's good. And then I stumbled across this. This colorway is one of her new ones. It's called Halloween Night, which I thought was perfect because we're, almost in that season now. This is on her 75-25 fingering weight base. It is gorgeous, as you can see. And I think it's just going to add that little bit of, that little bit of something different. Yeah, because it's going to be, because it'll be one of the, last smaller sections. And then I have a very similar color from Dye Monkey Yarns that I already had. I'm not sure exactly where it is in the realm up there, but it's somewhere up in there. But yeah, that is one thing that I have. I'll just keep going since that last thing that we have is the same.
Yes.
And it wasn't even on purpose.
No. we both made that purchase, and then afterwards we're like, oh, guess what I did? Hey, I did the same.
So I went to, I went to Joanne. No, it was Michael's. It was Michael's. My boyfriend needed thread for whatever he was sewing. So of course I had to go look at yarn. And we had just been talking about like Christmas gifts that I'm going to make for people and whatnot. So I was actually looking for not that Karen sprinkle cake in particular, but a yarn that he thought that his mom would like. And he thought that she would like those colors. And I was like, I can definitely work with that. So while I was there, I just happened... Oh, wait, no. Oh, that was the other stuff that I bought that I just happened to buy. This was actually the reason that we ended up at Michael's. So the night before I bought this, I was scrolling through Facebook, and I want to say in one of the knitting Facebook groups I belong to, somebody made the origami shawl, which is gorgeous. And I never really looked at it because, honestly, from all the pictures, I thought it was probably made out of like fingering weight yarn. It isn't. It's made out of Aran weight yarn. And I'm like, huh. I'm like, there's lots of Aran weight yarn out there. And so I'm like, let me go on the Michaels website, and I'm like, ooh, I like those colors, and the pattern looks really good in the gradient. So I bought, a few of these little, Karen cakes, which, you know what, all you yarn snobs can bite me because it has wool in it. Damn it. And it's pretty colors. This colorway is called Blueberry Cheesecake. And I bought a few of those for, like I said, for the origami shawl. And I will start that probably as soon as I finish the Vertices Unite.
Of course, I'm looking that up.
Oh, the origami shawl? Let's see, I should have it right there. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I hate this. You have to go through the pattern. There we go. Sometimes Ravelry can be a bit of a pain in the butt.
Yeah, I was looking at a different origami shawl.
Ah.
Okay, yeah, I have seen this.
Yeah, it's been very popular lately.
Yes, I have seen this.
And like when I saw the pictures from further away, like I was like, oh god, that thing looks like it's made out of fingering weight yarn. And then I clicked on it and really looked at it. I'm like, oh no, it's not. I'm like those stitches are large. Like for as large as this shawl is, let me see if I can get it to even show up on the camera, so you can see like the pattern of it. You can kind of see that. It's very geometric, but it's also very large. But I mean, I suppose you could change that based on how many repeats you do.
Yeah.
Of the pattern. But yeah, like there's
or if you did it on a lighter weight, smaller needle size,
Mm-hmm.
like maybe do it on a DK.
Yeah. But like, look at those with the
Yeah.
gradients. They looked so well. So well. They looked so well.
They look so well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So pretty. But anyways, what did you get, Vince?
Well,
Since you bought yours first.
yes. We were waiting anxiously for the shop update of Naughty Knitting Sacks, because she was posting on Instagram some teasers, and I saw one that I was like, oh, I need to have that.
Oh my.
This is an eggplant bag.
It's very aubergine.
Aubergine. This is the eggplants. And of course, being Naughty Knitting Sacks, if you're easily offended, well, if you're easily offended, you shouldn't be watching us.
You shouldn't be watching our dumbasses.
But if you're easily offended, let's just turn this inside out and do the whole. It's theoretically easy to turn
Oh
out to.
my.
It's rainbow beanies. And I saw that and I said, well, I just have to have this. And her bags are really, really well made.
Mm-hmm.
And well constructed. Sometimes you can see things and it's like, ooh, that's not sewn together too well. But these are gorgeous, and they're well made. And I appreciate her sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
And I think knitting project bags should be humorous. And this just makes me giggle.
And I mean, so y'all know I'm a giant bag whore.
And nobody would think, because you see this and it's like, oh, it's an eggplant bag.
They'd think, ah, ha, ha, that's funny, that's the joke.
Yes. Yeah.
No.
And then it's like, let me show you the lining.
So you all know I'm a bag whore.
Not you at all.
I went looking, and I missed the update when it happened, and I'm like, oh man, I wonder if she has anything left. And so I'm scrolling through. She had a few things there. Then I saw this, and honestly, the actual bag fabric really stuck out to me because it's really cool. They're succulents. There's her tag, Naughty Knitting Sacks, and yes, she really is from Cumming, Georgia. She really is.
There you go.
But on the inside, it just happens that our bags match.
Ooh.
Rainbow BBs. What I do love about this bag too is I was so confused at first because I thought that she had made a grave error when she made the bag. So I was like,
silly.
why is one of my handles so
It's
small? And then I was like, oh wait, you put one through the other, dum dum, and it keeps the bag closed. I'm smart, I swear I am. But
to your defense, that's I've never really seen that explained anywhere.
you know what was even stupider of me? How many podcasts do we watch that have discount code of some sort for naughty knitting sacks?
Several. Did you not use it?
Not a one. I mean, I'm totally okay with paying full price, but
Totally worth first price.
it's
Full
totally
price.
worth full price. But
Well, we
hopefully
we-
my Italian mother doesn't watch this because she will beat the piss out of me for not taking a discount.
we were of the same mind because I don't believe I used the discount.
Ah,
It was just I saw it was there, and I was
yep.
on the fence for a bit. I'm like, what do I really want? Because unlike this one, I'm not really a project bag whore. I have my satchel that everything just goes in, and I switch out projects. And
Oh, trust me, I use the same ones all the time. I have a bunch of them that I don't ever use.
see, but I figure I can put a little project in this
Mhm.
and put that in the bag
Absolutely.
with other stuff. So
And that's what I love about the bags because I mean, this project, I've shown before, is in my Scrappy Angel bag, but the Scrappy Angel bag is regularly in one of my other bags
Mhm.
that I'm carrying because it's small. It can, I do occasionally carry it by itself because it is very nice for that, but anyways, we're not talking about Scrappy Angel, even though I love her very much. We were talking about naughty knitting sacks.
and I think she still has a few things in her shop.
I believe so. And she has actually a shop update coming this Friday, which would be... Hold on. This Friday would be the 17th of September. She has and
she has a couple bags still in.
she has a big update coming, as she said on Instagram. I've seen some of the fabrics.
Yes, she's been posting a lot. She also did some swatch quilted bags. So
Did not see those.
yeah, she did. She put swatches together and quilted
This
them to
weekend.
patterns.
This weekend is going to be difficult for me.
Yeah, we're also going. I hope you have time off on Saturday
What do you mean?
for the Western New York Fiber Arts Festival.
Well, whatever might that be?
It is a
You're like,
I'm like,
I don't know. I
here.
don't know.
Put the poster up. The
Right.
beautifully designed poster.
Some hack made it.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, Greg Hennessy did not make that.
Ooh. I'm telling him to watch this episode.
He'll be like, I'll have to sit through half
Right.
an hour of this jackassery.
I'll give him a timestamp.
I've called him a hack to his face. For many
No,
years.
because Friday is her update.
Mm-hmm.
Then Saturday is the Fiber Festival.
Yes. Because it used to be the Knox Farm Fiber Festival. And just things that happened with the state, because Knox Farm was a state park, and the festival had to separate from the park and all that jazz, so...
And all that
and all that jazz. So they're doing it in East Aurora at the ice rink, and it should be a whole lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. It's going to
And
be fun.
I did tell one of our local dyers who is in Geneseo this weekend for our Fiber Festival. I said, you better have some for next week. I'm coming, and I'm gainfully employed.
Yeah. So I not only have time off on Saturday,
Yay.
I will be basically there all day working for the Knitting Guild. Because the Knitting Guild will be selling finished objects by the woman that donated basically just short of all of the yarn that was sold at the yarn auction came from her stash. There were a few little things that weren't, but basically
Yeah,
everything.
I would say like 90-95% of the
Yeah.
auction was Pat's stash.
So these are all finished objects that she made that she never gave away or she kept for herself or that just she made them because she wanted to make them and then put them away.
I have no idea what that's all about.
Never done that before.
No, never.
But we have a ton of those, and those are going to be on display and for sale at the Western New York Fiber Festival, as well as we're going to have information about the Buffalo Knitting Guild. So if you are watching us and you are from the Western New York area, that is Saturday. It's Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Admission is, I believe, $5.
Mm-hmm.
And that gets you in the door, and there's going to be tons of dyers. There's going to be presentations. I believe there's going to be sheep.
Yeah, there should be animals.
I believe there should be animals there. I mean, it's you see all the parts of, you know, everything that goes into making our yarn. Basically, you have yarn dyers, you have the fibers, the farmers, the everything,
spinners,
the spinners,
weavers,
yeah, spinners, weavers,
all that stuff.
Everything.
It's a very good time, and since we'll both be there, maybe we could do a little go live.
Maybe.
Yeah, if those gals from the Knitting Guild will like release you from your station.
Listen, it's me and Kaylee that are working together, so we decided we'd team up together and ditch the old broads, you know. I shouldn't say that. They watch this.
They do watch this.
They watch this, and I'm gonna get canceled for calling them old.
You're gonna get yelled at.
Oh, they're gonna heckle me next month when I present at the guild
yes,
meeting.
They will, and you won't have me to help you. That is the disappointing part of the new job. I work evening shift. I go in at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I can no longer come to guild meetings. It's like, I love you all, but I'm not going to lose a night's pay to come to a guild meeting. You know. Though the board president of the guild made a colorful response when she heard that.
Uh-huh.
But it was totally on brand.
Oh, she's a hoot. I adore her. She's actually a former yarn shop owner, not from around here, back down near New York City where she's from. She owned a yarn shop for years, and you can tell she spent a lot of time just, you know, working there, because people that work in the yarn shop always have that. They're like us. They're kindred spirits to us. Let's just say that. Like our girls out in Kalamazoo.
Yes.
Which we are going to get to see in November.
Yes, we are going in November. I put in the request for the time off.
You put in the demand for the time off, not the request. The demand.
I asked nicely, but my department supervisor is a very nice lady. She's like, the company is, they understand life happens, and you know, there's life outside of work.
Mm-hmm.
So I see no issues.
Well, and that's the thing, is like our friend that works there is, you know, he's been there for years, but he's already built up like 8 weeks of vacation time. Like they're very, very generous in helping you keep the work-life balance. And
they're very, you know, proactive with the whole health and COVID situation. Basically, they were going to start reopening, working back in the office. That's kind of been scaled back. Right now, if you go into the office, you must be vaccinated. Anyone who is not vaccinated needs to work from home. Before, it was you could go in, but you had to do self-administered tests 3 times a week. And we also have to be masked anytime we're within 6 feet of anyone and not sitting at our desk. So, but they're looking out for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, there will be bit of a change in that trip since I worked till 12:30 in the morning,
It's unacceptable.
and we usually leave around 3:30.
It's unacceptable.
So you might be doing some driving there, because you don't want me going.
He does that anyway.
I had you drive for a while coming home on the last time.
Yeah, but last time we were coming home, and when he was asking me to drive, I was literally, I think he beat me to it by maybe 30 seconds before I was going to be like, why don't you pull off that exit there? Why don't you?
No, because we were pulling, because Ohio has the nicest rest stops, and we pulled and did our little sushi trip and got something to drink, and we walked back, and I'm like, here.
Mm-hmm. And then I drove to our favorite part of the trip, Golden Corral
Mm-hmm.
in Erie, which, let me tell you, last weekend I went to Indianapolis for an Imperial Court event. On the way home, I was looking forward to, for like a week,
I can imagine.
going to Golden Corral for the first time in 2 years. No, their food isn't that great, but it's the experience. And it's not having to choose like a meal off a menu, and I just wanted it. I was craving it.
The food isn't great, but it's not.
It's
horrible.
not bad.
It's not.
It's not bad.
For that type of buffet, it is not bad.
It could be a lot worse.
Yeah, and there's stuff that's pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not an elegant sit-down dinner, but you're also not paying a $80 meal.
Exactly. So we get to Erie on the way back. Turns out Golden Corral closes about an hour earlier than it used to.
Yeah.
And when we got there, it was about 7:35. They closed at 8:30, which, okay, whatever. We can make it quick.
Because the last time we went, we were there in the last hour.
Yeah. So we got to the indoor, because one side's the indoor, one side's the out. We got to the indoor, the line was out the door.
It's horrifying.
And we're like, yeah, this isn't even going to be worth it. Because we're going to get in there, they're going to stop putting out food. Shut up! Anyways, they're going to stop putting out food, and then we're just going to all be disappointed. So,
because that last time we were there in the last hour.
Mm-hmm.
So like in the last half hour, they were like, "Does anyone want another steak?"
Mm-hmm.
Because you and I both definitely did generous second helpings of steak.
Oh yeah. So along with this story, so we left Golden Corral. We went over Texas Roadhouses across the street. We're like, oh yeah, we'll go over there, try that. 2-hour wait.
Bye.
We said, screw it, whatever. Let's just grab something at Burger King. Pull in the Burger King parking lot. Start to walk in. It says that the lobby closes at 8. It was 7:54.
Well, that ain't gonna work.
They already locked the door. That was when I almost took our friend Marty's keys and told him that I was going to drive his vehicle through the front door of Burger King because I was a tad bit hangry. So we ended up at Cracker Barrel, which, I don't love it, but it was food. I wasn't hangry anymore. Yeah, that was the story of our misadventure in Erie, Pennsylvania. So hopefully we don't do a repeat of that on the way.
That is one of the things, because when I get out of work, I get out of work at 12:30. Nothing is open 7-Eleven. That's it.
Well, that's because you live up there in fucking North Buffalo. There's plenty of stuff open down here.
Like what? There's
Wendy's, McDonald's, Burger King.
Yeah, I did see the Wendy's on Elmwood near Kenmore is open till 2.
Oh, are they? Okay.
I did discover that, but I'm the go into Tops and grab a few things.
Checkers is open.
It's just
None of the
Between-
grocery stores are
Yeah.
open anymore.
between Gettsville and North Buffalo, ain't nothing open.
No.
Nothing.
Well, no, because it's all old people out there. They go to sleep at 6 p.m.
I drive past the college. Because now I'm like, there's other people on the road. What is up with that? Because for the longest time, I was driving home every night, and it was me. And that nice, easy 20-minute drive.
Because there's nothing to do. So why would they be out?
Yeah, ain't that the truth? So,
All right. Well,
that's that.
I think we've rambled at them
Well,
quite sufficiently.
since we are finishing acquisition, this is something I've been thinking of because I'm gainfully employed again.
He's adopting a Chinese baby.
No,
Oh.
that would not be it. It's something we've discussed, and I'm like,
Oh,
well, I'm making decent money. My credit cards are pretty much paid off.
Oh boy.
I've set up a plan where I'm probably going to pay off my car loan before the end of the year, so that'll be paid off at least a year in advance. So after the first of the year, I'm investigating a purchase of a circular sock machine.
Oh my.
We'll be cranking a tube there, don't you know?
You're just gonna see so many tubes on this channel.
We'll be saying, I cranked a tube.
I cranked a tube. Cranked a tube in. And
Justin,
I put in
Justin
a...
gave me this hank of sock yarn, and I cranked a tube for him. I did see one. Of course, there is like the good one, like the one that Joe Wilcox has. And, the good one. There's somebody who is making them. They 3D print it, and it's a lot less. But I still think I'm gonna go with the good one. It's like it's much less, but it's like it's something we're gonna look into.
All right.
Because there is that woman on TikTok who does circular sock knitting, and I've been watching her videos. So.
Oh, trust me, TikTok gets me some nights where I sit there and I'm like, do I need to buy one of those knitting machines that everybody uses and they crank the hats? I'm like, do I need to buy one of those? Because then I'm going to need to buy a drill. Because then I watch the videos of the people that take the handle off and they put the drill on it and it goes.
Okay, several people who have also said, yeah, it really doesn't work all that well because you gotta watch.
Listen, that doesn't mean I'm not going to do it.
But true.
Just because it doesn't work well doesn't mean I'm not going to do it.
Because you could lose a stitch and then you're all fucked.
Yeah, but then you just pull it out and
Yeah, no.
start cranking again.
Yeah, no. But the cranking is aerobic activity. Wear your Fitbit on your wrist.
There's another. Never mind.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Anyways,
in case you forgot, we're here on YouTube, so you should
do the YouTube things.
You should like,
thumbs up, comment,
ring the bell for notifications for when we post, so you'll get a notification, every 3 months.
Follow us on the social medias.
Yes.
We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We are on Instagram a whole lot more
Yes.
than anything else.
We are on Twitter as well.
Follow us on tweeters.
Tweeters on the tweeters.
That's usually when we just use Hootsuite and just post to all of them at once.
That or from Instagram, because Instagram does that too.
So.
But yeah, follow us.
Comment. Hopefully it won't be another 8 weeks before we do another episode, but
yes, comment a lot. We enjoy responding to comments. We like to hear what you have to say.
And we're on Ravelry. If you don't have issues with Ravelry, which I know some people do, but the group is good to be on because if we're talking about a make along, a knit along, so that would probably happen there because it's just easier to manage. Excuse me, through Ravelry. So maybe we'll put our heads together and get that started at the next episode.
That would probably be a good idea.
Yeah.
It could replace. That could take. I can't talk today, and I'm not going to edit it.
Words are hard,
and I'm not going to edit any of it out. There we go. Look, I got it. No, that could take the place of the vintage knitting segment.
There you go.
Could have a whole segment related to the vintage knitting cal.
That's it. Because I do have lots of vintage patterns that we could start showing. So like I said, I think we've looked at everything that I made back then. And couple of the things I showed were in the early aughts, as they say.
Oh.
So.
Anyways, I think that's all we got today.
All right.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you, hopefully, let's say 2 weeks. We're going to be optimistic. 2 weeks.
That's a plan.
2 weeks.
That's a plan. We'll see how that goes.
You heard it right here. 2 weeks, folks.
And if nothing else, we will shoot on to Instagram Live on Saturday.
Oh yeah, we'll do that too. But
That'll
2 weeks.
Festive.
2 weeks.
Right.
Next episode. 2 weeks.
Awesome sauce.
All right. Bye. Peace.
Bye.
2 weeks.
Toodles poodles.
Soundstripe.